be presenting Project Awesomeness.
We are going to resolve the problem by making tests fun.
What is the #1 reason why kids don't like tests in the first place? They're way too hard. And they're boring. You gotta at least put some fun into it. I mean, what's fun about taking a test? The name right there sounds boring. So, first idea. You gotta start making them a little easier, because, I mean, they're just kids. They're not like you guys. They know everything. Because, I mean, what if someone barely learns that thing right that second, and then you're doing a test on it right, like, the next day? You don't have all that time to remember all of that. They're just kids. Just let them off with the warning.
And our second reason is tests because we have to take them because we study. But why not make it into a game so that way it's easier to study? Instead, we practice with the training and then we go into the real test. This helps the brain interact more with what they're learning. Because then if we just shoot them right to the test, they're not going to understand what they're doing and they're more likely to get a lower grade.
See, like I did some tests today, and I'm not so sure I got them right. But still, you gotta believe that you can do it, and then you get it right. Not all kids believe that they can pass the test. They think that you're dumb or an idiot, but they think that. But do you?
That's why we have to learn how more to give them easier test questions and make them want to understand it more. Like also putting a video on the screen of other kids that don't understand, educational videos, more things that people are into these days, like writing. Maybe we should put some questions with iPhones in there. Make it more understandable so they can understand the question more. And that's why we created a board game. Some people like playing Monopoly these days. So we made a board game with all these numbers. And we're not fully through with the product yet, but we're still deciding whether when they land on an answer, they're gonna get the correct answer on the real thing.
If we take this to the top, we could change doing tests forever. Kids will be getting smarter, but I'm not saying turning them awesome doesn't mean the kid doesn't learn at all. Because, I mean, that's what school is about. You're supposed to learn, but if you don't, what is school? It's just a wasteland full of nothingness. Without school, everybody here would be... So we need to make sure if kids want to be smart, they have to like doing the stuff that makes them smart. If they don't like doing the test, then why did they go to school at all? I'm not saying they have to skip it. I'm just saying that we have to do something to make them want to go to school and do tests. I mean, why do you think there's a bunch of people out there who skip school? Because it's boring. Or just because they don't want to go. That's why we gotta make kids want to go to school, want to learn, want to do tests. And that, my friends, is why we need your help to make this idea work.
1 in 5 students want fun tests. They just don't want a piece of paper lying on the table with questions they don't even understand. So we asked students all around the school if they thought that this thing would work. Some answered no, some answered maybe, but a lot answered yes. And then we also we have your questions that you might be thinking, like, will this idea work? And yes, because we want to help students also get smarter, but also have fun when they take tests. So that way it won't be just a a task. It could be a hobby that they could also do instead of just getting tired or not wanting to go to school because, like he said, they don't want to go to school because it's boring. But if you make tests fun, like with things that they do now and hobbies, they'll want to do it even more and they'll love school and everyone will start going to school again.
If you guys know anybody who does video games, we'd like to make our own. We got the ideas for it. What's the number one thing kids like to do? Play video games. And what other video game do kids not play? Just the ones that make you smart. They don't. That's the number one dullest game in the world. But see, it's because they don't put any awesomeness into it. But all the awesomeness, all the awesome things in the world aren't awesome at all. I mean, all the awesome things in the world don't go with school because nothing awesome pretty much happens at school. I mean, you guys all went to school. Has anything awesome ever happened out of your, 12 or whatever years you guys spend there? Have you guys ever seen a UFO or something super awesome happen at school that you really want to remember? Well, that's because school is boring. I gotta admit, it's boring. But still, we need it. But not all kids want it. That's why our game, it has different, see, our school is Glacier, and you know how in games they have coins that you get to unlock characters? Well, in our game, we use Glacier dollars. I'm sure that this will go through the roof.